right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for. Here we go. Race number 1. Max Gunther and Adam Barker on the front row. Nick Sorensen and Giancarlo is back on the second row. Mike Dolling and McCready on the third row. Mike Marshall, Rudolph Gunther on the fourth row. Cody Kennedy and Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel round out your top 10. Harry Volsmere slides in 11th. All the drivers taking to the grid. Last minute adjustments being made to the cars. Drivers having to switch from qualifying back to race trim. Make sure they've got a full fuel load to make it. Remember, race number 2. The race number 1, 20 minutes around this track. Race 2 will be a 40-minute race endurance. They will have to stop for fuel on the second in the second race, and as we've seen a lot this season, that second race has come down to fuel more times than not. Good morning, Kevin. How you doing, buddy? Waiting on a few of the drivers to take to the grid here. We even have a Mercedes back in the field this morning. Mike Dolling back in the Mercedes. One Mercedes, one Audi, only one BMW. 2 Ferraris, 2 Lambos, 3 Porsches, and for the first time, I believe, ever, 2 McLarens in the field. This might get interesting. I'm doing pretty good. Didn't get much sleep last night. I am on, I stopped and got a coffee with a quad shot of espresso. I should be good to go, though. And Angie is keeping coffee hot for me for after the race. Everybody pacing around. For as long as this track is the lap times here this morning have been exceedingly close. This version of the track is 2.433 miles long. Yet we saw in qualifying lap times within 1/1000th of a second. I have been there, Kevin. Headed down the final straightaway. They'll go through the final turn. The Porsche pace car will pull down pit road. Pit stops not a factor in race 1, but race 2 will get interesting. There is the pit road entry right in the middle of the final corner. Max Gunther has fired. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away for the season finale at Brands Hatch. Adam and Nick Sorensen side by side in second place. That is the battle for the title. Nick sporting a new paint job on that Ferrari this morning. Did hear the Ferrari has the advantage on the straightaways here this morning. The 2 big straightaways here That Ferrari could be the car to beat. Will Max Gunther be able to keep the Porsche out front? And Nicole Kriesel has had a problem back behind. Looks like a bit of a slow start. Goes through the dirt. Do not believe she got as much practice as the other drivers this morning. Oh, we've got Nick Sorensen, one of the points contenders, is off track. Championship contender Nick Sorensen comes down and gets too much of the curbing. Oh, hard hit into the wall. His championship hopes could be over. Nick Sorensen is on pit road now, but back in 10th, now 11th place, whereas Adam Barker currently runs in 2nd. Giancarlo back in the car. We haven't seen Giancarlo in several weeks, not since 2 weeks ago at Okayama. Expect to see him back and dominating next season again. Currently runs in 3rd. McMullet now up into 4th place. Harry currently running in 8th. He's already up 3 spots. The biggest mover as he closes in on Mike Dolling. Did not hear a lot about the handling of the McLaren here this morning, but it looks like Harry's doing okay as he looks down to the inside on Mike. Definitely has the advantage off the turn as he pulls alongside the Mercedes, but that Mercedes power down the straightaway gives him, oh, wow. The lighter McLaren able to brake later into turn 1. He completes the pass. Harry now up into 7th. McCready still in 4th. Sorensen is back out on track, but currently running in 10th place. Mike Marshall, his first race back in a while, currently running in 5th. Double checking, I think this is Mike's first race of the season. That is correct. This is Mike Marshall's first race this season. As always, great to have him back, and obviously he is fast, but the faster car right now is in 6th place. Harry Volsmeer making his way forward. Last lap, though, the fastest lap set by Adam Barker in 2nd. Adam Barker looking for a win here this morning to secure his 3rd championship. Down through Druids, already looks to the inside for the lead. Did hear a lot of the drivers talk about clipping those rumble strips through the turns. One car that cannot make it work has been the Porsche. Apparently the Porsche has been very problematic on the rumble strips on the curb, so we could very well see a situation if the Porsche pushes too hard that sends it around. Kevin, I cannot paint to save my life either, buddy. Harry Volsmeer, who was charging through the field, has gone off track. just gets back on the throttle a little too soon. The back end of the McLaren kicks out. Great save by Harry. Epic save by Harry, if we're honest. That was great. Giancarlo in the lone Lamborghini in the field is closing in on the top two. Up front, Adam Barker still looking for the pass on Max Gunther. And Nick Sorensen trying to make up ground, putting down some really fast laps here as he tries to gain ground on Cody Kennedy. McCready in fourth, the other McLaren in the field, starting to gain a little bit of ground on Giancarlo. Adam Barker finally completes the pass. He is going to the lead. And Cody Kennedy has crashed. The lone BMW, strange only seeing one oh, same place we saw Harry a moment ago. Almost had it saved, ends up in the wall. Nick Sorensen was able to catch and pass Cody Kennedy, now back up into ninth, trying to mitigate the damage from the earlier incident. Harry currently running in eighth, back on the back bumper of Rudolph Gunther as he tries to make his way forward. Mike Dolling sitting in sixth. Mike Marshall still running in fifth. Mike got a safe gap behind him, and he is gaining on McCready in the McLaren. Meanwhile, Adam Barker trying to break away as Giancarlo is closing in on second place, Max Gunther. They go by the lap car of Nicole Kriesel. Looked like Giancarlo had the easiest time getting through the lap traffic here. Sorensen is gaining ground on Harry by about a second a lap. But as of right now, Adam Barker would gain 13 points, giving him a 22-point lead going into race number 2. Max Gunther in second, staying within striking distance of Adam Barker. Giancarlo losing a little bit of ground here. McCready still gaining on the top three. Lost a little bit last time by. And Rudolph Gunther and Harry Volsmir. Oh, Harry's in trouble. There was a bit of a battle between the two. Harry starts looking to the inside here. And oh, again, Harry just gets on the throttle a little too much. A little too soon, but another epic save by Harry Volsmir. If nothing else, Harry's going to have the save of the day here. Max Gunther still on Adam's back bumper. Giancarlo about a second behind this battle. McCready now almost 5 seconds behind. He's lost some ground the last couple of laps. Mike Marshall was gaining on McCready, but now has started to fade. He's almost 5 seconds back, but he is pulling away from Mike Dolling in 6th. Rudolph Gunther in 7th had been gaining on Mike Dolling, but as the tires start to wear here, the field really starting to separate. Looks like Harry is really suffering here this morning. Nick Sorensen in ninth, still gaining on Harry, trying to make up for that early incident. Needs every point he can get here this morning. Several of these points battles will come down to how they finish in race 2. And Adam Barker is definitely doing what he has to do this morning to hold that lead. Giancarlo, as they come up to Druids, closes in a lot closer, less than half a second. The top three separated by less than a second now. This could get dicey. Max Gunther came into this morning fourth in points, 8 points behind Mike Dolling. Right now, Max runs in second, Dolling in sixth. That is a 7-point difference as they run right now. They would go into race 2 with a 1-point difference for third place. And McCready has had an incident. The far end of the track just goes a bit wide through the grass, spins it around in a hard hit into the inside wall. McCready ends up towing to pit road, lost the entire front clip. That puts Harry back up into 7th, McCready back to 10th. And another benefit, Nick Sorensen gets moved up into 8th, closing that gap just a little bit more. Top three still nose to tail. Max looks like he is looking for a move here. McCready is out of the race. McCready officially out of the race. He will not make it into the top 5 in points this season. He was so close going into qualifying this morning. Six minutes left to go. About 5 more laps for these guys. The top 3 is still extremely close. They have opened up a 14-second gap on 4th place, Mike Marshall. Mike Dolling, now up in 5th, is gaining ground on Marshall, but not by much. Rudolph Gunther about to have his hands full as Harry Volsmir has caught him. Giancarlo has gone off track. For the cooler track temperatures this morning, we're really seeing a lot of off tracks and incidents here. Oh, Giancarlo slipped. He was going to try the rally course in the Lambo. He gets the outside wall. Giancarlo ended up towing to pit road. That moves Sorensen back up into 7th place. And now only 2 drivers battling for the lead. Now Mike Marshall into 3rd and Dolling into 4th. Rudolph Gunther currently sitting in 5th. Harry Volsmir in 6th. Nick Sorensen now in 7th. Cody Kennedy still going in 8th. Giancarlo in 9th. Nicola in 10th. McMullet out in 11th. 11 points is the gap, or is the difference between Adam Barker and Nick Sorensen, meaning they will go into race 2 as they run right now. They'll go into race 2 with a 2-point difference. No, I'm sorry, a 20-point difference. I am not mathing well this morning. Adam Barker, as of right now, would have a 20-point lead going into race 2. Cody Kennedy has had problems. Nicole Kriesel has a spin a moment ago. Now we see Cody Kennedy go by. He has an incident a moment later. Just goes wide through the sand. Does he keep it? No, he gets the tires. Manages to get it saved, though, and keep it going. Meanwhile, Max Gunther has gone back to the lead. Max had been looking on Adam for several laps. Adam just goes a little wide, loses the back end. Max gets a run down to the inside, takes the position in the next corner. Hey, good morning, Sean. How are you doing, buddy? So Max Gunther now to the lead, and Harry Volsmeer is on pit road. What the heck? Harry did not need to come to pit road for fuel. I don't know what happened. Looks like Harry had an incident a moment before he went to pit road. The last lap, oh, he got into Rudolph. Both drivers end up in a wall. Adam Barker spins in second place. And this just shook the points up yet again. Adam clips a little too much of the rumble strip, gets loose off the turn hard into the inside wall. Craig, I love Brands Hatch as well. They were picking the final race of the season last week, and I voted and said I get 2 votes. And we end up with Brands Hatch and a minute left to go. Max Gunther in the lead. Adam Barker dropping way back into second. Mike Marshall in third. Doling in fourth. Rudolph Gunther in fifth. Now Nick Sorensen in sixth. Remember, Adam had a 9-point lead over Sorensen coming into this morning. As of right now, it would only be 13 points going into race 2. Luckily, Adam able to recover and drive that damaged car. Meanwhile, Max was talking about being very careful about the rumble strips this morning during the pre-race, but man, he is not being careful of rumble strips at all here. White flag is in the air for Max Gunther, and he's got a 10-second lead at the moment. He'll get to cruise it home. Sean, I guarantee you would drive this better than I do. I love racing here. I'm terrible at it. Mike Marshall, his first race of the season, currently running in third. Has a 1.3 second gap on the Mercedes of Mike Doling. Doling trying to get up there, but Marshall on the move. Max Gunther halfway around the final lap. Adam Barker, a heavily damaged Audi at the moment. Harry Volsmeer is rolling back off pit road. And Max Gunther is headed toward victory lane. Coming through that final turn on the throttle. Here he comes. Max Gunther is going to win his 4th win of the season. Adam Barker is going to come home second. Can Mike Marshall hold him off? It is Mike versus Mike through the final turn. But it does look like Marshall is going to pull it off. Mike Marshall in his first race this season gets a podium finish. Let's talk to our top 3. Hey, Mike, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, first race back this season, and you come home with a podium finish. That was an impressive run.
Thank you. There's a lot of luck involved in that, too. But, yeah, I've been doing a lot of work, trying to get a little better.
It is definitely shown, man. You were setting some really fast laps out there this morning, and obviously you were able to hold off the power of the Mercedes behind you.
Yeah, and Doling is fast in that Mercedes, so that was worrying me towards the end there.
I can imagine that last 2 laps, he gained about a second on you. It looked like you guys were going to have a significant battle coming out of that final turn, but you managed to keep him behind you.
Yeah, I got tied up from slower traffic, but, then I really had to lay it all out on the last lap to make sure he didn't catch me.
Well, man, you laid it out. It was great to see you back out on track, and especially great for you to get a podium here this morning.
Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it.
Mike Marshall comes home in 3rd. Adam Barker finishes 2nd in what turned out to be a wild event. Hey, Adam, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, good. I have to say, looked like you were doing everything right this morning up until everything went suddenly wrong.
Yeah, got a little bit loose coming out one of the corners, and I got a little bit distracted by one of the back markers crashing, and I got a little bit wide, touched the grass, and then I was in the wall. But it was a good race, so we'll see what we can do with Max for the next race. Obviously, it's a bit longer, so we'll see what happens with fuel strategies and how the tires hang on.
I have to say, I did the math just a moment ago. It looks like you'll go into race 2 with a 15-point advantage over Nick. Obviously, Nick having a lot of problems early in race 1, but managed to come back quite a bit. Can you keep Nick behind you and lock up your 3rd championship?
Well, we'll have to see. Nick's going to start ahead of me, obviously, so I've got to overtake him. It's going to be a hard thing to do. The Audi's super quick around here, but it needs clean air, and the straight line out dragging someone's going to be tough on the Audi. So the Ferrari's definitely got the legs on the straight. So I'm going to have to do something in the corners, maybe. I'm a little bit desperate, but hopefully we can keep it clean this time, out of the walls.
It's definitely going to be a close one. This could come down to the last lap. Good luck, Adam. It was an awesome race.
Thank you very much.
And finally, Max Gunther, it gets the win in race 1. Max, congratulations, your 4th win of the season, and you guys had quite a battle going on up there most of the race.
Yeah, it was a great race. It was really good. It's sad that Giancarlo lost it, and then Adam lost it, and then I was all alone. But
I bet those last couple laps you didn't mind being all alone.
Yeah, it was quite stressful at times, having those two so close to me. But it was good racing.
I have to ask, because I heard you talking about the Porsche does not take the rumble strips and the curbing here very well at all, yet we saw you throughout the race really hammering on it.
Yeah, the problem is you have to be really, really gentle on the throttle, otherwise the rear just comes loose. So I guess I have that down, hopefully, for the next race too.
Well, man, not battling for a title, but you and Dolling, a very, very close points battle here, and obviously that gave you a bit of an advantage going into it. Let me look real quick, but I think you guys are almost tied after that one. You came in with an 8-point difference. He finishes 4th, so you have a 1 point, or he has a 1 point advantage going into the second race.
Yeah, that's gonna be tight, I think, especially with the traffic.
It definitely is, man. Good luck and a great win this morning.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
So Max Gunther, he'll go into this race 1 point behind Mike Dolling. And I'm double checking the numbers real quick on on Nick and Adam, but yeah, it is going to be a Adam will have a 15-point lead going into race 2. But the points values do double for race number 2, so Nick's still in the fight here. And still a lot of racing to go. Remember, the second race, 40 minutes. They will have to make a fuel stop at some point during this race. Fuel strategy here has been huge in these second races all season long. Kevin, I would love to answer that question, but to be perfectly honest, it changes every season. Ask me again next week and I'll be able to tell you. Alright, the top 7 inverted. Going into race 2, Cody Kennedy and Nick Sorensen have the front row. Rudolph Gunther, Mike Dolling on the second row. Mike Marshall and Adam Barker on the third row. Max Gunther, Harry Volsmir on the fourth row. Nicole Kriesel, Giancarlo rounding out the top 10. McMullet, I do not believe, is gritting for race number 2. Giancarlo has been so dominant in past seasons, but has only made a couple of races this season. And weirdly, has not had a win yet this season. All the drivers getting lined up at the start-finish line. And it looks like Mike Marshall, Nicole Kriesel, and McCready out of this one. Bit of a surprise here. We'll see how many of them start from pit road, but surprised to see Mike Marshall not hopping into this second race. Kevin, I can tell you this, the BMW always the most stable. The Mercedes always has the most power and has an advantage on the straightaway. The Ferrari has had a lot of straightaway speed this season. The Porsche, if you can come to grips with it, tends to be the better handling. And McLaren is super lightweight. You can throw it around the corners really easily. And the Lambo is very well balanced. Pace car leading him around, getting ready for the start of race 2. Note where the pace car pulls in. It could make a huge difference when they come to pit road, as it is in the middle of the final turn. There's that pit road entrance. Here they come. Cody Kennedy in control of the start. Cody fires. Green is in the air. And Harry Volsmeer makes a power move right off the start to shoot down to the holy cow. It gets tightened up into turn 1. Nicole Kriesel is rolling off pit road. She's coming out. Adam Barker, the current points leader, shoots to the inside on Nick Sorensen. Nick slips back as Max Gunther slips by. Nick Sorensen needed to finish several positions in front of Adam Barker to get a championship here today. Adam is going to the lead. He's got it. Cody Kennedy struggling here early in the second race. He's wide. Adam Barker now to the lead. Max Gunther in second. Sorensen in third. Harry Volsmeer has come up 4 spots already, up into 4th. Giancarlo is on the move. He's up 4 spots into 6th. Cody Kennedy drifting back into 7th. Rudolph Gunther currently running in 8th. Wow, what a flip-flop on the first lap. Nick Sorensen sitting back in 3rd. Harry Volsmeer in 4th. Mike Dolling in 5th. Nick, I can tell you that Ferrari has different series you can run in D class and C class and B class, I think. So the Ferrari is definitely the best for being able to use it in multiple series. Giancarlo now to Mike Dolling's back bumper. Oh, Harry Volsmeer is off. Harry in the black McLaren was coming close to Sorensen, just gets loose. Manages to keep it off the wall, but loses several spots. Giancarlo now up to 5th, right on the back bumper of Mike Dolling, but Harry did not lose much ground on track. He lost 2 spots, but he is still right on Giancarlo's bumper. Meanwhile, Max just set the fastest lap of the morning. Nick Sorensen now back in 3rd place. Giancarlo has gotten by Dolling. Mike Dolling is Mike Dolling is off track. Mike Dolling headed toward the long back straightaway, just loses on the back end. Barely taps Harry. Great job by Harry holding on to it, but now Dolling back into 7th. Harry's up to 5th now. Rudolph Gunther managed to slip by, and Giancarlo now up into 4th. This is not something those top 3 wanted to see. Giancarlo making his way up quickly. Adam Barker out front trying to pull away from Max Gunther. Rudolph Gunther has had a problem back behind. Oh, overshoots turn one, goes through the sand, but manages to get it back out on track. Cody Kennedy has also had a problem. Also in turn one, he loses the back end of it, slides off into the sand, but manages to get it gathered up quickly. Adam Barker has gone off track. That has allowed, as you saw, Max Gunther to close back in. Oh, Adam just a little loose off in the grass. That's where he had the crash in race one. Manages to hold on to it here, but Max has closed the gap back down. Sorensen, sitting over 4 seconds behind, has started closing up as well after that incident. Giancarlo now in 4th place, 2 seconds behind Sorensen in 3rd, and closing quickly. Now 1 3/4. Giancarlo is charging towards the front. A lap ago, he was 7.5 seconds behind the leader, now 6 1/4 seconds, and gaining quickly. Can Giancarlo get his first win of the season here this morning? Giancarlo has had at least one win in every season thus far since he joined this group. Until this season, he has not won this season. He's only been here for 2 weeks. And still managed 3 second place finishes in the 4 races he's competed in. He is gaining on the leaders up ahead. Now 5 1/4 seconds back, or 5.5, excuse me, behind Adam Barker. They're going to come into lap traffic shortly, and it looks like Gunther might have a bit of a run going here in the Porsche. Nicole trying to stay out of the way of the leaders, pulls off into the dirt. Cody Kennedy has crashed behind and Giancarlo has gone off track. Oh, Giancarlo just loses the back end. He was to Sorensen's bumper. Cody Kennedy also having an incident. We saw several spins in that turn earlier this morning. In race 1, he manages to get it off track, but a rough morning coming through that corner. The driver's talking about, despite the cooler temperatures, the track is slick out here this morning. Nick Sorensen in 3rd, 4.8 seconds out of the lead. Now Harry Volsmir up into 4th. Giancarlo back to 5th. He had closed in within 5 seconds of the leader, but after that spin, 15.5 seconds back. Can he make up that much ground? Well, we've seen him do it before. Last year we saw Giancarlo have an incident on lap 1 out of turn 1 at Road America. Ended up 30 seconds back, spent the next 40 minutes charging forward to pull off a win. Will he be able to do it again this morning? Kevin, that is highly likely. Nicole sitting back in ninth. McCready and Marshall did not take to the grid. Nick Sorensen in third is losing ground to the leaders. Harry Volsmir about 4.1 seconds back from Sorensen and gaining. Giancarlo currently running in fifth, about 7 seconds from Harry, not gaining any ground at the moment. Rudolph Gunther in sixth, Mike Dalling in seventh. Cody Kennedy back in eighth, Nicole Kriesel in ninth. Adam starting to pull away just a little bit from Max Gunther. Harry Volsmir has crashed. Oh, the lightweight McLaren just loses the back end. And Harry once again almost saves it. Here comes Giancarlo. Wow, close call for Giancarlo there. Giancarlo now up into fourth, 10 seconds behind Sorensen. He's run Sorensen down before. Will he do it again here? 16.5 seconds behind the leaders, Adam Barker and Max Gunther. Giancarlo still up 4 spots from where he started despite that incident. Harry currently running in fifth, up 3 spots from where he started. However, Rudolph Gunther in sixth is gaining on Harry. He's about 4 seconds back, just under 4 seconds back, and closing in. Alan Barker, the leader currently is in the Audi. We'll note that one of the Porsches of Mike Marshall, the McLaren of McCready, currently off, did not start this race. So we're left with one BMW. That's the first time this season we've only had one BMW in the field. That's driven by Cody Kennedy. 2 Ferraris driven by Nick Sorensen and Nicole Kriesel. The lone Audi driven by Adam Barker. And 2 Porsches remain in the field, Max and Rudolph Gunther. Max Gunther able to stay right on the bumper of Adam Barker here. We saw these two battle it out for the lead in race number 1. Could we be seeing another battle before this one is over? Remember, they will have to make their pit stops. And as you heard Max say, he has gotten exceedingly good with being gentle with that right foot and able to keep that car pointed the right direction all morning long. Giancarlo has not been able to chip away at the gap to Nick Sorensen in third. Last time by, Giancarlo about a tenth and a half slower than Nick Sorensen. Meanwhile, Adam Barker and Max Gunther are about to come into lap traffic again. Cody Kennedy in 8th place. Just ahead as they go through Druids. Max using every bit of that runoff section out of turn 2. And Max has the momentum down the straightaway. Can he make the move? Did not have enough. Looked like Max might have something for him here. The lap car is going to come into play. Adam gets a little bit too much of the curbing there, almost lost the back end. Oh, Cody pulls off track, but a little too much to let the leaders by through the final turn. It's just enough to give Max the run on the high side. Max Gunther back to the lead. Meanwhile, while they were battling it out with lap traffic and side-by-side, Sorensen started to gain ground again. He had fallen almost 6 seconds behind, now 5 seconds behind Adam Barker. Oh! Max Gunther is off track. What the heck happened? Max just went a little too wide through the runoff section, clips the grass, and spins down to the inside wall. Nick Sorensen is now up into second. Nick just 5 seconds behind Adam Barker, and that is the championship battle. Adam with the points lead. Nick Sorensen in second. After race 1, Adam Barker had a 15-point lead over Sorensen. He cannot afford to make any mistakes. Speaking of points battles, Max Gunther and Mike Dolling were battling. Max Gunther is on pit road. Max and Mike battling for third. After race 1, Mike Dolling had a 1-point lead over Max Gunther. Max has been running in the top 2, Mike running in 7th. Max will use this for his fuel stop as well. He is rolling again. Nicole Kreisel also in for her fuel stop at the halfway mark. Adams' lead after that incident, now 5.5 seconds over Nick Sorensen. Giancarlo now back up into third place, but 12 seconds behind and losing ground. Rudolf Gunther now in fourth, Harry Volsmeer in fifth, battling with Max Gunther. Max currently in sixth, Mike Dolling not far behind in seventh. Mike is gaining on Max. Look for Adam Barker and Giancarlo to stretch fuel to the absolute limit here. Oh! Nicole trying to get out of the way of the leader. It ends up in the inside wall. Look for Adam and Giancarlo to stretch fuel to the absolute limit, spend as little time as possible on pit road. Giancarlo is off track. Manages to gather it up, just goes a little bit wide through that turn. Mike Dolling had an incident a moment ago. Looks like the far end of the track is getting really slick now. After all the rubber that they laid down in the first race, and all the heat that they built up in the tires in the first half of this one, these cars are starting to lose grip. All the drivers talking about once the tires get hot, this track is slippery. Rudolf Gunther is on pit road. Our leader is around, same place he went around in race one. Adam Barker is going around Sorensen, gaining quickly. Adam gets the car recovered, back up to speed, but now Sorensen less than a second behind. Adam is going to pit road. He'll make his fuel stop and get repairs. Nick Sorensen the lead. Giancarlo sitting in third. He's staying out. As mentioned, it looks like Giancarlo is going to stretch it to the absolute limit, and Nick Sorensen's championship hopes not over yet. Harry Volsmeer is on pit road. Harry on his way back out. Adam Barker already back out on track. Max Gunther has caught up to Adam. These two are going to go at it again. Meanwhile, Nick Sorensen out front. If he can stretch it a little bit further and extend his lead, he could walk away with this. Giancarlo in second has started to reel Sorensen back in slowly. The top two still have to come to pit road. Adam and Max back to nose to tail like the first half of this race. And both of them having issues sending them back, though. That got a little bit close as they went into Druids. Max had the nose in, but had to back out of it. Some really close calls going on here this morning. Our top two still have to come to pit road. Second place, Giancarlo, and there is Nick Sorensen still out front. Mike Dolling in 6th place has not come to pit road, nor has Cody Kennedy in 8th. Giancarlo is gaining ground on the leader, but slowly, about a few tenths of a second a lap. Last time by, he gained 4 tenths on the last lap. He's going to have to gain a lot of ground on pit road if he wants to get the win here this morning. Meanwhile, Adam Barker and Max Gunther, 3rd and 4th, laying down some extremely fast laps here. Could very well reclaim the top 2 spots once Nick Sorensen and Giancarlo come to pit road. And Sorensen is on pit road. Will Giancarlo stay out and take the lead, or will he make a quick pit stop here? Giancarlo stays out. He'll take the lead. Now the question is, Adam Barker and Max Gunther, will they be able to get by while Sorensen is on pit road? They've got the lap car of Cody Kennedy just ahead. And they come by. Adam Barker, Max Gunther just come by Nick Sorensen. Sorensen's going to be right with them, though. Cody stays wide in Druids, and everybody gets by clean. Now the top 3 will be nose to tail. But Giancarlo still out front, has a 15-second lead. Still has to come to pit road. Harry Volsmere is on pit road. I don't think Giancarlo can complete a stop here quickly enough to maintain the lead. We're about to find out. Giancarlo is in. Slows down to pit road speed here as Adam Barker leads everybody toward the final turn. They will come by. They come by. Giancarlo still sitting on pit road. He's rolling. Giancarlo comes off pit road in 4th place. 10 seconds behind the leader. He picked up a lot of ground while they were on pit road. Giancarlo did have the fastest pit stop and the shortest time on pit road overall. Mike Dolling's pit strategy has moved him into 5th place, but Rudolph Gunther right on his bumper for 6th. Rudolph Gunther liable to move to 8th in points here. Simon Zierk currently in 8th. But Simon not in the race this morning. Mike Dolling trying to hold on to 3rd in points, but as they run, Max Gunther in the lead. Adam Barker has had a problem. Adam Barker was back in the lead. They were nose to tail for the top 3 spots. He goes off track, loses it hard into the inside wall. Can't get it in, can't get control of it. Slides across the track to the outside wall. Heavy damage. Adam Barker went to pit road for repairs. And a few close calls as he comes up to speed, and Cody Kennedy is on pit road. Max Gunther now in the lead. Nick Sorensen up to 2nd. Giancarlo in 3rd. Adam is back on track in 4th. Only an 8-point difference right now. Nick Sorensen, even if he pulls into the lead here, would not take the title. He needs Adam Barker. He needs to win, and Adam Barker to finish 5th or worse. Rudolph Gunther currently in 5th, has gotten by Mike Dolling. Mike now back into 6th. Max Gunther, the leader, closing in on Dolling. Sorensen losing touch with the leader at the moment. Giancarlo back in 3rd. Adam Barker in 4th is gaining ground on Giancarlo and the other leaders, but slowly. As long as he holds on to 4th place, no matter what Nick Sorensen does, Adam Barker will win the title. And this is what we have seen so many times before. Adam Barker has a problem on track. He manages to come back, make up the ground he needs, get the finish he needs to get a championship. But the problems we've seen for Adam this morning, we saw that bad luck streak a few seasons ago before he won back-to-back championships. Could the bad luck have returned? Oh, Adam goes wide again through the grass, but manages to hold it. Great save that time by Adam Barker. Rudolph Gunther back in 5th place, 10 seconds back from Adam, but he is gaining ground. And Nick Sorensen continues to lose ground to the leader. However, Max is right behind Mike Dolling. Oh, Mike Dolling, the Minister of Defense, pulls off and lets the leaders by. Mike Dolling, one of the best defensive drivers out there. He generally has a ton of speed and is hard to beat anyway, but he can drive defensively better than anybody. Holy cow! That Mercedes is really struggling here this morning. I think, in the words of Jeremy Clarkson, it looks like Mike Dolling has brought the wrong car. Nick Sorensen sitting in second place. Adam Barker has gone off track again. Rudolph Gunther has gone off track again as well. Looks like both drivers just momentary. They were able to save it. But Adam Barker was gaining on the leaders. Now he is not. He sits almost 30 seconds behind Max Gunther. More importantly, about 27 seconds behind Nick Sorensen. Adam Barker cannot afford any more mistakes here this morning. He goes through the grass again. Oh, Adam loses it. He saves it. What a save by Adam Barker. Wow, Adam is definitely pushing that car to its limit, but man, he can wheel that thing around here. We've seen him off track several times and just pull the car back where he wants it to go. Max Gunther, meanwhile, continues to lead, continues to pull away from Sorensen. The gap now 2.3 seconds. Giancarlo still holds third. Adam Barker in fourth. Rudolph Gunther is gaining on Adam Barker, but I do not believe he has enough time to catch him. As long as Adam Barker makes no more mistakes and holds on to fourth place, he will win the championship. Nick Sorensen has had a problem in second place. We've seen Nick pushing that. Oh, gets on the brakes. The back end goes around. He manages to gather it up, but he loses touch with Max Gunther. Now 9 1/4 seconds back. And looks like Max is going to pull off the sweep this morning. Nick Sorensen completely losing touch with the leader here means Adam Barker fairly secure in winning the title. As long as he can keep that Audi on track. Nick Sorensen sits in second, Giancarlo in third, Adam Barker fourth, Rudolph Gunther in fifth. Mike Doling sits in sixth, Cody Kennedy in seventh, Harry Volsmir eighth. Out of the race, it appears Nicole Kriesel in ninth out of the race. Welcome back, Nick. Max should be getting the white flag this time by. It'll be his second sweep of the season. And as they run right now, that'll move Max into third in points. And Adam Barker will win the championship. One more lap to go for Max Gunther. Adam Barker just has to keep that car on the pavement for one more lap. Rudolph Gunther was gaining on Adam Barker. He has started to lose ground here in the late running. Meanwhile, Team Gunther will take the win here with Max at the lead. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Oh. Need more coffee. Max Gunther, just 2 more turns to go. One more straightaway, one more turn. Max Gunther will get his second sweep of the season. And his 6th win of the season. And Max Gunther is going to get it done. He sweeps at Brands Hatch. Nick Sorensen comes home in second place, will finish second in the points. Giancarlo, a great comeback, finishing third. Adam Barker will cruise it home in fourth place and win the championship. And let's start with talking to our new champ, Adam Barker. Hey, Adam, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, how we doing?
Hey, good, man. Congratulations. You are the champ. That was a rough second race for you, though.
Yeah, I was making loads of mistakes there all by myself, so it was an interesting race. Not the way I'd have liked to have won, but
well,
still good.
You got your third title, and congratulations. That was an awesome season for you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Adam Barker gets the championship. Giancarlo finishing third in the race. Giancarlo, first off, congratulations on third. I thought you were going to come back and win this. And I have to say, this is the first season, and I don't know how long, that you have not had a win.
Yeah, it's I think I haven't been able to be around much. But it was my first race in VR, and clearly based off of the start, I'm lacking awareness compared to my my single screen, because I apologize to both Mike and Rudolph for sending them well off the track at the start.
Well, man, you still come back for a podium finish, and I know you said looking forward to next season seeing you on track a lot more.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. I'll see you next week.
All right, get some practice with that VR, buddy.
I will. Thank you.
Giancarlo comes home third. Nick Sorensen finishes second in the race and second in the points. Nick, that was so close. I was having to do math the last 5 laps.
Yeah, I don't know what the results are going to be. But yeah, I got unlucky in the first race, and I knew I just had to, keep my head down and try to do the best I could the second race.
I believe, let me double check this, but I believe it is Adam by 7 points.
That's probably my guess, too. We're waiting for the standings to update. Maybe they will while we're still on. But either way, Adam deserves it. He really consistent the whole year. We both were, but in the end, he was the guy that came on top.
Well, man, every season you're getting closer and closer and closer, and there's been so many close calls. Very well could be yours next season.
Yep, let's hopefully we can keep it together next season. All I had to do was not spin out in the first race, and I would have gave myself a good chance. So, but it happens, and it's a fun league, and appreciate everyone coming out.
Well, man, congratulations! An awesome season and another awesome race, buddy.
All right, thanks, Doug. Take care. See See you next time.
Yep. And finally, our winner, Max. Not only did you win, you swept the morning, and you pulled up to third in points after that one.
Yeah, it was a great race. It was a lot of fun. I just had one spin, but actually I made that up, which is kind of amazing.
You
I
really
think.
did. You and Adam both had spins early in the race. Both of you managed to recover. Then Adam had more problems, and you were just able to check out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great race. It was really fun. I love Brands Hatch. It's a great track.
It definitely is. I have to say, after Nick had some problems and fell back a little bit, it didn't look like you let up at all. You just kept going for it.
Yeah, except for the last lap, I think. I had to check up a bit, because otherwise the clock would have given us another lap, and that would have been bad for me.
That close on fuel, were you?
Yeah.
Well, man, congratulations. Your second sweep, and I believe your 6th win of the season. Another great season, and looking forward to seeing how the next one goes.
I'm also looking forward to it. I think it will be great.
I think so too, man. Congratulations, Max.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
Max Gunther gets the win, sweeps the morning. What a morning. Don't forget to tune in tonight. BRR playoffs continue. It's going to be another exciting night of cup racing as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Look forward to seeing everybody tonight. Y'all have a great day.